As we stand here today, we are looking at a world in which once united everyone and everything now stands as a divider in how we view not only each other, but the world around us. Ladies and gentlemen, that unifying factor is agriculture. And as we look and as we move forward day by day, we must implement policies and practices to once again unite the globe and feed the growing population, especially in terms of our livestock. Based on a 2020 modeling by RethinkX, it is projected that by the year 2030, demand for livestock and their products in the U.S. will have fallen by over 70%. However, in another study done by ADM Capital, Cybus, and Asia Research and Engagement, it is projected that by the year 2050, meat and seafood consumption will be increased by over 78% in Asia and similarly in other parts of the world, including the U.S. Based on these two trajectories, it is clear that current policies such as the Farm Bill and Livestock Risk Protection Policy are quickly becoming ineffective and will lead to global food scarcities along with uproar and economic catastrophes based on an imbalance between supply and demand. Along with decreasing support for livestock comes many other problems in the future, such as economic downturn in the industry. Continuing on in the study done by RethinkX, it is projected that by the year 2035, beef and dairy cattle industry revenues will have decreased by over 90%. Current U.S. policies in place involve subsidizing the livestock industry, and according to the United States Department of Agriculture, since 1995, the U.S. government has poured over $50 billion into the U.S. livestock industry. However, these funds quickly seem to be becoming ineffective and failing at providing financial securities that farmers and ranchers need. Another current policy in place is the Farm Bill, put into action in 2018 and aimed at protecting livestock margin profits, specifically for dairy cattle and other livestock commodities. Along with these policies, the United States Department of Agriculture created the Livestock Risk Management Agency, which is aimed at ensuring livestock that farmers and ranchers operate and protecting them from major price drops and reductions. New policies are formulated each year to adjust to the overall changes in the economy and agriculture industry. With the 2023 Livestock Risk Protection Policy, floor selling prices are established to prevent horrific losses, but as the United States fares through inflation and other economic hardships, those selling prices continue to not be able to guarantee the financial security that farmers and ranchers need. Along with the Livestock Risk Protection Policy comes the benefit of subsidies paid by the Risk Management Agency and ranging from 35 to 55% depending on the specific plan that livestock operators choose. If we head into the future with these subsidy rates and current trajectories, it is clear that not only will farmers and ranchers be relying heavily on money they're not even making, but that it will send the United States into hyperinflation, as with lower supplies and ability to produce, as well as with lower profits and skyrocketing demand for food, stores will have no choice but to exponentially increase prices. As we look at these current policies, we see a reoccurring issue. They are not working to support our livestock industry to allow it to grow to meet the projected needs. They are not giving farmers and ranchers the economic ability to produce what is projected to be needed. They are not working directly enough on formulating producer to consumer relations, and they are not allowing livestock to support our country and world as it should. While many say these are opinions, in reality they are abundantly becoming solid facts, and a multitude of positions are made on each of these points, but a majority fail to realize what is truly needed. As unfortunate as it is, for the livestock policies to be put into effect nationwide, they must be passed through the United States legislative process, consisting of a very diverse group of individuals who are failing to put aside their differences in order to accomplish what is truly needed through the livestock industry. As I mentioned earlier, studies project a skyrocketing demand for food, but yet a decrease in support for the livestock industry. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that livestock produce our food, help the economy, and help unite a divided nation, but yet not a single policy is in place to work for our livestock and its operators in the current ways needed. One of the main arguments for a lack of policy protection is that in a world that is ever changing and modernizing, we can start shifting to more modern food technologies such as precision fermentation, which is being experimented with to create food that humans eat from only microorganisms. Based on another study done by RethinkX, it is projected that precision fermentation will be over 10 times more effective in both land and water use, among many other things, compared to the traditional livestock industry. However, that same study also acknowledges that a majority of people don't want to eat food that they don't even know they don't want to eat food that's being made of in unheard of ways. This once again leads us back to one of the main reasons for a lack of impactful policies. Too much emphasis put on political differences rather than livestock industry solutions. While a multitude of current and future policies are floating around the United States legislature, it is important to remember that we must formulate new policies and agencies to meet the current demands of the livestock industry and work on bettering producer to consumer relations. Thank you.